Okay, we're back for more of these Fate Grand Order. Avalon Bay, continuing on. In section 14, Eve of the Decisive Battle. Right, Oberon lost their companion, burned to ashes by Bargist. Right, I remember that. Tindagel's Bell of Pilgrimage, which I've been hearing constantly, 16 years, right? Rings in the distance. It's a crude, roughly hewn bell that looks nothing like the bells it's based on. It embodies the wish that the child prophecy will one day grow strong and set off on her journey. Tintagel is a coastal village located north of Cornwall. It's a small, insignificant place. Both the High Queen and the clan heads tend to forget it exists. Castor. Castor, I brought you a new book. It's about etiquette for upper-class fairies. You should study it now, so that you'll be ready when you leave for the Castor one day. Let's see. Do you mind if I put the table here? By the way, have your fate markings grown yet? You'll be 16 years old in only 2 more years. I'm getting a little worried. Your journey is going to be hard enough as it is.
I see you working hard again today, Castor. You are so diligent, dedicated, and innocent. You play just as hard as you study, and you always find whatever it is the village needs at any given moment. The other fairies could learn a thing or two from you. Just seeing you in action fills us with hope. Still, I'm afraid it's going to be difficult to pay this year's tax. Thankfully, we should be able to squeak by thanks to all your help. But at this rate, I'm worried Tintagel may cease to exist by the time you turn 16. What are we going to do? Why must you be so very?
I swear, none of these fairies have any tact. I guess that's what happens when you live past your prime. Well, there's nothing wrong with saying when you don't like something. In fact, you should say so. Don't you agree, Castor? I mean, you don't want anyone treating you differently just because you're the child prophecy either, right? So come on, let's do something fun. The Elder's not going to mind if you just hang out for a little while. You hear this emerging caravan coming this way from the East Road? Maybe we can get musical instruments from Gloucester. If they have any, I'm sure they sell to you. I mean, you're the child prophecy. Oh, have you been growing? One of the older fairies was saying you grow and change over time, unlike the rest of us. It's so weird to think about, but I guess it's better that way. The magical energy you have now couldn't even survive against a single black dog. So hurry up and grow as much as you can, okay? So then, we'll keep you safe. Everyone had such high hopes for me. It was a tiny village with no future, but they all believed in me, even though I didn't deserve it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So weak. I'm sorry I couldn't be stronger. I'm sorry I couldn't protect our village.
Ugh. What's wrong with this village? I told them it was futile to fight back, yet they still tried to resist. Did they all go crazy? Forget the Tingadale fairies. Find the child of prophecy. We've embarrassed ourselves enough as it is. If we let her escape now, I'll never be able to face High Queen Morgan.
His voice was like thunder. It was the first time I heard a truly powerful fairy roar with anger. I was too scared to even try to fight. All I could do was run away by myself, crying. I'm sorry, Grandpa. I wish I could have stayed there with you.
It only took half a day to make it back to Salisbury. This new carriage is so much easier to pull. And now that we're fighting against the Queen, I have no intention of obeying the speed limit anymore. At this pace, we could make it back to Londinium before sunset. What would you like to do?
I don't think there's any rush.
Second, I need to get out before my poor back and butt shatter completely.
I could use a breather too. I think I might be getting a little motion sickness. Then why don't we rest up at Mike's restaurant? I've been wanting to talk to him about something anyway. How about you, Percival? I'm going to continue on to Londinium. I'm sure the child prophecy will be welcome in Salisbury, but I don't think the same can be said for the commander of the Round Table Army. Huh? What are you talking about, Percival? There's a resistant movement in Salisbury too, right? Why don't you just work together?
It's not that simple. The Round Table Army and the Salisbury Rebel Army are different organizations. They may be similar, but their goals aren't quite the same. Especially since Aurora is still publicly presenting herself as being on the Queen's side. If she did anything to hint that she's sympathetic to the Round Table Army, she'd be squished like a bug, clan head or not.
Yes, that's true. Yeah. But ain't it kind of a bad look to just be sitting on the sidelines at this point? Not at all, Lord Muramasa. I wouldn't expect Lady Aurora to choose anything else. Anyway, Kundry's telling me she still has plenty of energy, so I'm going to go on ahead to Londinia. Oh, beloved child prophecy! Oh, valiant child prophecy! Courageous savior Norwich! Equal of the Queen of Camelot! He's going to rebuild Londinium and defeat the Tamlin! Damn, that's a hell of a festival going on outside.
I know! It is all about Artonia! They're even selling pancakes that look just like her! I'll grab a dozen or so before we leave, okay?
Minji, you're finally back! Where were you? You said you were only going to be gone a little while, but it's been over 2 weeks. Oh, but never mind that. The important thing is, you're back. I've got so many things I want to show you. I made a whole new menu. I've been getting along better with Wind Clan fairies. And I'm even hanging out with humans now. It's been really busy, but I'm having so much fun.
Hey, Mike. Sorry for making you worry. Still, don't you think you might be trying a few too many new things at once? You're the kind of fairy who concentrates best when you're on your own. So I think you'd be better off sticking to one thing at a time.
You think? Well, maybe you're right. But one's just not enough anymore. After all the amazing things you taught me, Dubinchi, everything else just pales in comparison.
Sheesh. How can I scold you after a compliment like that? Sorry, Sofras, but I need to stop by the kitchen and taste test Mike's new recipes. For the Ramsay style. Did Chef Mike did this to you? I just hope he hasn't used any overly strange seasoning this time. By all means, take your time. We'll just be resting up in the back. Nice to see Da Vinci's got a friend. Well, more of an apprentice, really. She said she got to know him while she was wandering around on her own. It at least means we can come and go as we please. That does make it perfect for having secret meetings here at this quiet little back table. Oberon? Yeah, I've got something serious to discuss. I know you all kept quiet about this after we left the Welsh Woods, and I appreciate your consideration. But time is not on our side. Woodwell's army still has Londinium surrounded. If we're going to defeat them, yeah, I'm going to need a katana. Would you make me one, Muramasa? Huh? I'm a grown man. I can't keep fighting with the tree branch forever, and your katana's so cool. Do you think it'd be okay if I wore one on my waist too? Are you nuts? You don't carry a katana for looks. Besides, isn't iron dangerous for fairies? Don't worry, it would just be for show. I'd never actually use something that's dangerous. That's worse, you dumbass. I'm not gonna help you be a damn samurai cosplayer. The most you're getting out of me's a bamboo sword. Oh, Oberon.
It's good to see Oberon feeling better again, isn't it, so fast? Yes, it is. Sounds like a joke, but he's really serious about this katana idea.
How could you do this to me, Muramasa? You're even stingier than I thought. Did you forget how you only beat Vargas with my help? That's got nothing to do with this. I can't give you a katana when you don't even know how to use one. I gotta admit, you were pretty good in that fight, though. When you said you weren't much good in a fight earlier, were you just being modest? Well, yes and no. I don't like pain, and my abilities make me much better at serving in a support role. Plus, I didn't really want to draw attention away from the child prophecy. If she thought her companions were more capable than she was, Artoria probably would have slunk back to Titenjo long ago. So I decided to avoid the limelight until she started feeling a little more confident.
Good point. I probably would have just gone back to Tintagel if you had. Yeah.
See? At any rate, that was my one foray into combat. I wasn't myself back there. The boy mage is supposed to guide the child of prophecy, not me. I'm not going to overstep my bounds anymore. From here on, this battle is for the two of you to fight. Besides, now that the Welsh forest has been burned down, my part in all this is probably just about over. Oberon? Guys! Mike just told me some big news. Huh? What's with all the long faces? Did you already hear about it from a patron or something? No, we haven't heard anything. What's this all about, Da Vinci? Well, some of the refugees from Norwich who escaped to Salisbury headed up to Londinium this morning to join the Round Table Army. Woo! Is it because we defeated Gawain? Yup. Apparently, news of her defeat has already made its way across Britain. I have an idea or two about who might have gone around spreading that rumor, but never mind that for now. The important thing is that people are starting to really put their faith in the child prophecy now. The enemy thinks the Round Table Army is just going to stay holed up in Londinium, but if we can muster enough fighters to go on the offensive,
we can defeat Woodrose before the Queen sends reinforcements.
Exactly. Though only if we keep getting more fighters from across the country. And if we're going to make that happen, we've got only one option. Can you do this for us, Oberon? Of course. Besides, you guys have already met the criteria Aurora laid out. All that's left now is for her to hold up her end of the deal. So, let's go get your reward for saving Norwich! Alright, this one. In this quest, the battle you fight will depend on the choices you make during the scenario. In addition, you will form a party. Okay. Oh. That went great. Aurora didn't have any problem with letting us ring the bell. I was just reciting poetry when I heard the bell ring all the way outside town too. It was as crisp and clear as a crunchy carrot. Still, I can't help but worry about how Lady Aurora will be able to keep her position after this. Apparently, she plans to tell the Queen that we broke in and rang it while she was away. We'll just have to trust that Aurora's diplomatic skills will be enough to carry her through such an obvious lie. Still, even if the Queen does start treating her as an enemy, so long as she can maintain plausible deniability until we defeat Woodrose's army, we can then send Round Table Army troops out to Salisbury to keep her safe in case the Queen's army shows up.
Great point! And besides, Artoria's rung 2 bells now. Even I can tell that her, Aurora is incredible. Aurora is incredible. Everything from her strength to her power to her destructive force has increased. Like 1 billion times over. Just so you know, I'm the strongest fairy ever now. Not even Vargas could stand a chance against me. Oh man, I can't believe you actually said that. I was so impressed. You think? I don't remember saying anything like that. But, do you think so? What do you think, Surprise? Oberon, could I take Baggy one-on-one now?
Not likely. You're probably just a bit stronger than Tristan now, but Byagus is tough even without her gifted name. She still has at least 10 times the strength and skill you do, so going taking her on alone would be suicide.
Right. Of course. Not like I was any better than trash to start with, after all.
Now, that's being way too hard on yourself. Stop fast, right? Your magical circuits. Oh, right. For fairies. They're called fair fey markings, aren't they? Anyway, no matter what you call them, you clearly have more of them now. For example, both humans and fairies are born with a set number of nerves. But in your case, instead of getting stronger through training, like most people, you've gotten stronger because of an increase in number of nerves you have. It's completely unprecedented and makes you very, very special. That said, it also raises other questions. I've heard there are two kinds of fairies here. The kind whose appearance never changes from the time they were born, and the kind whose appearance changes at every stage of their life. By this point, I'm pretty sure you're the latter type. But there still aren't many past examples of a fairy's abilities growing this much. Though there have, of course, been cases where a loss of purpose or shine has led to a fairy losing magical energy. So, how do you feel about these developments, Arturia?
I wish I knew the answer to that myself. Well, maybe it's just because I'm the child of prophecy. I need some sort of edge if I'm really going to fulfill my calling.
That does make sense. If a mediocre fairy like you is going to defeat a genius like Morgan, you pretty much have to cheat to stand a chance.
Huh. What about you then, Oberon? How good a fighter are you anyway? I didn't have a chance to see in the forest, so why don't you show me what you can really do?
I already said I'm not going to fight anymore, remember? Besides, who would I even fight?
Okay, Muramasa, you're with me. Gareth, you're also with me. Petrapit, you're with me too. Da Vinci, you're with me. And Sopras, you're of course with me too. Okay, we have our teams. Let's go, Oberon. I'm going to kick your scrawny ass all up and down this field.
Fine then. You'll take my side, right, Silfrost? Let's see. Choice. Sorry about this. Because this second option will be like, Master? Shit.
結構素早いので今のうちに準備を。
うまい手を考えよう。ありがとう。頑張るよ。頼むよみんな。いいとも。
Wait.
ちょっとかわいそう。温かな夢の話を。ペーセンスの鎧。ヒュッポリテの夢。僕にできることなんてこの程度さ。同心の君、夏の夜の後。ライライのグッドフェロー。まさにスピードスターだ。
I don't know if this is a good idea. Absolutely no way.
ちょっと気がちょっとかわいそうかな。ペーセンスの鎧。ヒュッポリテの夢。夢の傷跡。ゴー。
He's probably might be blocked anyway. I the wrong
気が
choice.
ちょっといいとも。手作りですね。ヒュッポリテの夢。 さにスピードスタ
突進です。
ーナー。えっと
戦いですか。
Oh, battle ends. I get no, yeah. Oh, I do? Okay. But then, well, whatever. Doesn't matter.
Salisbury's bell has been rung. Now, I cannot yet declare this publicity. But as the head of the Wind Clan, I have accepted the child prophecy as the rightful savior of Britain. Once she has rung all 6 bells, the Wind Clan shall make our objections known to the Queen. Unfortunately, this also means that the horrors of war will one day reach Salisbury as well. Will you all accept my decision, even if it should bring trouble to our doorstep?
Of course, Lady Aurora. You needn't even ask. We cannot trust Queen Morgan with Fairy Britain. We have all been eagerly awaiting this day for a long time now.
I would expect no less from the gods of Salisbury. Your loyalty pleases me. The child prophecy has returned to Londinium. The battle with Woodrose will begin shortly. Things will start to change very quickly all across the land once she has rung Oxford Bell as well. Be sure to set your formations so that you are ready to deploy at a moment's notice.
Huh? Excuse me, Lady Coral? Our formations are already set. We can leave for Millennium at any time. Shouldn't we go help them fight Woodrose to show how strong Salisbury truly is?
Watch your tongue. This is not your choice to make. Listen to me closely. The Fang Clan have long been proud guardians of Britain. The Wind Clan will never do battle with them. Our enemies are Morgan the Witch, the Earth Clan, for the transgression they have committed, being supporters in Camelot who gorge themselves on peace, and the humans of the Anti-Fairy Organization who don't know their place. Lady Aurora will not lead us into battle until Camelot is well and truly on the back foot. I will not tolerate anyone carelessly putting our fair city in danger. Salisbury will remain neutral until the time is right. Forget about the humans of Londinium.
So, is that so Salisbury will be punished if the child prophecy should happen to lose?
That is what I said. I trust there are no objections.
Understood. We will not open Salisbury's gates to anyone, even refugees from Londinium.
Really? I don't see the harm in that, Coral. Lady Aurora? It may be dangerous for us to take in soldiers from the Round Table Army, yes. The civilians from Londinium, who took no part in the battle, would merely be refugees. It would be improper for me, as head of a clan, to simply turn aside people with nowhere else to go. Besides, if we were simply to leave the weak to their fate, on what grounds could we object to Queen Morgan's rule? But if we take in refugees, we'll have to fight the Queen before the child prophecy can complete their pilgrimage. It's okay, Coral. It won't be a problem. You saw Artoria for yourself, right? She's strong enough now to keep Londinium safe. Plus, she has Oberon and Silfras with her as well. That said, if the Round Table Army was somehow to fall in spite of all that, then the time for us to remain on the sidelines will have ended. But we will be honor-bound to protect the lives and freedoms of any fairies and humans who come from Londinium seeking refuge.
Wow, that's so generous of you, Lady Aurora. You refuse to put us in danger by helping Londinium, yet you're still willing to help its people, even though they've tried so pointlessly to assert their independence. You truly are the perfect queen, Lady Aurora. You're the one who can bridge the gap between fairies and humans. We of the Liberation Army vow to keep you and your city safe, even if it should cost us our lives.
What are these inferior creatures saying? There's no possible way you could protect Salisbury or Lady Aurora by yourselves. No use. I knew humans were worthless. All I can do now is hope the child prophecy succeeds. hope she's able to ring all the bells of pilgrimage before it comes time to fight the queen.
「弱き者醜き者であれば不宝具を目を背けないで」
Which rows? Okay, we're facing against him.
慈悲神戸を垂れよ恐怖は希望も何人も通るにあたわず今のうちに白兵戦行きます今のうちにですからほう目を背けないでそういいでしょう私の足元で許しを乞いなさい落ちろロードレスキャメロット
Yeah.
さてロケに入らないのあまり悩ませない今のうちに準備があるでしょいい判断です死になさい召し上げましょう分断する無礼を諦めなさい
Really? Waste. Done.
暗きいい判断です慈悲神戸を垂れよ恐怖は希望もな何人も通るにあたわず今回はうまくいきました
Alright. I'm glad we managed to make it back before sundown, but man.
Is it just me? Or are there way more people here now than before? It's not just you. There's been people pouring in from the east and south gates since morning. And it's all cause you guys beat a Tamlin. I couldn't believe the news when I heard either.
I'm glad you're all back safe and sound. I wasn't worried you wouldn't make it, but it's still good to see you all well. Thanks for coming to greet us, guys.
No problem. I like that you're so polite. First of all, are all these new fairies and humans here because...
That's right. They're all from Norwich. Some want to join our army. Others just want to live here. Even this is only about half of everyone who showed up. There were so many that we had to have the rest stay at Norwich for the time being. That's right. I managed to sneak some inside Londinium under cover of night yesterday, but that won't work again. Now that Woodrose is sending out patrols, the rest will have to come once this battle's over, right?
Pepe, you're here too?
Of course, hun! Almost time for the final battle, isn't it? So I thought, why just sit around in Norwich waiting for a report when I could come see the action for myself? Thanks for coming, Pepe. It's good to have you here. Oh, no. Oh, no. You shouldn't go thanking me just yet. I have my own goals, after all. I'm really just using you as bait here. Once the fighting begins in earnest, you're staying in Londinium until it's over, right? And if Barrow knows where his target is, he's bound to turn up sooner or later. For some reason, I can just tell when and where he'll try to strike. He loves going after his victims when their guard is down, right after they've won a hard battle. So, you're both cut from the same dirty cloth, huh? Well, long as this gets him out of our hair, you won't hear me complaining. But don't go taking any serious risk, alright? You die now, we're gonna have to go through the rigmarole of unifying Norwich again. Oh my, you're worried about me, Muramasi? That makes coming to Britain all the more worthwhile. Don't be an idiot. Since I'm the child prophecy bodyguard right now, I'd just rather be dealing with you than Spriggan. Sure thing, hon. Whatever you say. Alright, since I'm technically affiliated with Chaldea, maybe it's time I got down to serious business. First of all, Artoria, Frost, and Da Vinci? Would you come to the war room with me? I have a proposal for what comes after the prophecy. After the prophecy? Let me get right to the point. This Lostbelt isn't like the others. It's not going to go away, even with its Tree of Emptiness destroyed. It was never part of human history long enough to be pruned away in the first place. Rather, this world is just as strong as proper human history. A new human history, not an empty one. Ironic that fantastical creatures like fairies became their own history, human history, isn't it? So you're saying this place isn't a lost belt, but a lost world, huh? I can buy that. Britain's Tree of Emptiness may have burned down during the attack on Olympus, but it had long since stopped functioning. I think this lost belt escaped the Tree of Emptiness's cosmic fantasy about 2019 years ago. The first year of the era of the High Queen, when Morgan began ruling Britain. It's not the Tree of Emptiness keeping this lost belt going, it's Morgan herself. But that also means that once we defeat her, this lost belt will go back to the way it was. And that should mean it'll eventually be pruned away just like the others. That's true, at least for Britain, but not for its residents. In the other lost belts, the fates of the people who lived there were inextricably tied to their surroundings. Okay. But that's not the case for this lost belt. If nothing else, we can be sure that fairies who were born during the era of the High Queen won't disappear, even if they leave this lost belt. It makes sense, really, since this world is just as strong as proper human history. That's the difference I'm trying to point out. You mean they can immigrate? That's right. Humans who were born in the land of the Fae can only live here. But if they wanted to, the fairies of this land could immigrate to proper human history. Now, do you get it? There's a possible future where you can all live together in peace and harmony.
So, what's that all mean, Da Vinci?
It means that even if defeating Morgan results in this lost belt disappearing, you could still survive if you came with us to the outside world. At least once we figured out how to get past that wall of light. Yup, you could either disappear with this place, or start a new life in proper human history. The choice is yours, Artoria. In fact, you could abandon this whole child prophecy thing and just leave right now. There's a whole other life waiting for you on Chaldea's storm border, if you want it. I'm kind of amazed you said that, Pepe. Especially with Percival standing right here. Oh, I wouldn't have said it at all if Percy hadn't been here. I've already told him about proper human history, the Lost Belt, Chaldea, and the Trees of Emptiness. That's why I just told you, Frost, and Artoria about this as well. I wanted to get this all out in the open, so there'd be no hard feelings. Pretty fair of me, right? How do you feel about this, Percival? Well, I don't know nearly as much as the rest of you, so this may be pretty simplistic. But if Artoria wants to stop being the child prophecy, that's entirely her choice.
Really? Even though you went to all the trouble of creating the Round Table Army?
Really, I chose to build a round table army on my own. Nobody forced me to, and I don't intend to force anyone else to join. And besides, I really don't deserve to be their commander, not after some of the things I've done. So please, believe me when I say you don't need to give up you want for us. Besides, now we know that we can still help the fairies of Britain escape to the outside world, even without defeating the Queen. And isn't just knowing that's an option a big step forward for Fairy Britain?
Well, yeah, guess so. But, I still don't think that's good enough. Morgan will never just sit back and let everyone walk away. If we're really going to save the fairies of Britain, there's no getting around the fact that we'll have to defeat Morgan and the Fae.
Where'd the Fae part come from?
I'm pretty sure that means the fairy in the legend of King Arthur. The Fae part changed over time to Fae in modern day English. Although, I haven't seen a single other fairy called Morgan since I've been here.
I see. So you still want to defeat Queen Morgan, just like the prophecy said, huh, Artoria? Looks like I'm with you to the bitter end then. If, as a cryptor, I'm going to settle things with Pharaoh, then I guess as Sopros Nosy Senpai, I have a right to interfere in your affairs too. Okay, that's enough serious talk for now. And while I trust this goes without saying, for the record, if Artoria plans to continue on her path as a child of prophecy, we best keep this conversation between ourselves. It wouldn't be very good for morale if the rebels found out they could just escape the world itself, would it? Yeah. Okay, let's discuss matters as they stand. We may have more soldiers to work with thanks to the volunteers from Norwich, but we can't deploy them right away. They will likely need more training, and it will take time to establish lines of communication and integrate them into our existing forces. Well, sure. It'd be foolhardy to send over 100 new troops into combat without any practical training. So, does that mean we're going to focus on defense while we train the new troops, instead of making a surprise attack on Woodrow's army? That would be the safest option, if we had time to take it. Once the Queen sends Woodrow's reinforcements, it will be much more difficult to hold Londinium's line of defense. So instead, we're going to pretend to focus on defense while a small squad of elite soldiers from my company, along with Etoile and Kenwood's platoons, take a day to sneak around behind the enemy's forces. Once they're ready, I'll send out my company along with the volunteer soldiers from Londinium to pad their numbers. Then, while the enemy is focused on Londinium, our unit will ambush Woodrose himself and take him out. Once their clan head has fallen, the other fairies should lose their sense of purpose. It's one of the weaknesses shared by all clan-affiliated fairies. I'm not a huge fan of this strategy, but exploiting that weakness is our best move.
Then, does that mean we're going to settle this tomorrow night?
That's right. Our assault unit will set out from Londinium before dawn. As for all of you, I'd like you to stay here to protect the castle walls, just in case. What if we went with you? I appreciate the offer, but you see, we'll be marching upstream through the river. Since none of you are used to traversing that kind of terrain, I'm afraid you'd exhaust yourself before we reach our destination.
Okay, you got it. I think we can be of help defending Londinium. You obviously know what you're doing when it comes to skirmishing on level ground. So just leave things here to us and focus on winning your fight.
I will. Thank you, Lady Da Vinci. I swear on this sacred spear that I won't come back without defeating Woodrose. Woodrose?
Meow. What? Is that Oberon? Surprised? I might be a half-wit with a perpetual princely smile plastered across his face, but even I fly into a rage if you burn down my domain. But uh-oh, Oberon doesn't play fair. The trap he planted in the woods makes a mess of Vargas's shin.
Abatrot?
Oh, it's you, Selfrost. I'm just writing in my diary. I have an atrocious memory, so I always write the day's events as entertainingly as possible. What about you? Why did you come to the war room when nobody else was around? Did you feel so guilty about the festivities going on in the town plaza that you thought you escaped up here?
You can tell?
You're worried about Mash, right? I get it. It's easy not to think about her during a battle, but at times like this, you can't help it. I know I keep saying this, but you and Mash will see each other again. I guarantee it. I can't tell you where she is or how she's doing, but I can tell you she's with someone trustworthy. A heroic spirit from proper human history who you both met before. All you have to do is help Artoria. That's the quickest way you'll be reunited with Mash.
But I thought Morgan had taken Mash prisoner.
Looks like no one else is listening right now. So, I guess I can tell you this much. Yeah, Morgan teleported Mash, but she sent her somewhere not even Morgan herself can touch her. Morgan can't capture anyone. All she ever does is send them off somewhere else. But that's nothing an outsider like you needs to worry about. All you guys have to do is defeat her. As for me, all I care about is my bride. I'm helping you all as part of helping her. After all, you can't have a happy bride without a handsome groom, right? So I can't have you dying on me, for both my and Mash's sake. Cause my dream is to see over 100 happy brides.
I see. That's a good dream.
Right? Once I do that, I'll be an expert in brides. That way, I'll have a shot at getting married too. Oh, but watch out for Barrow, you hear? He's technically one of Mash's potential grooms too. There she is! Hey! Hey you! The really energetic fairy! Huh? Are you talking to me? Do you not know my name's Gareth? Gareth, huh? What a great name! Nice and short, but it's also really courageous sounding. Thanks. But it's actually just a name I'm going by. Nobody actually gave it to me. Anyway, you're probably here to see Artoria, right? It must have been too hard for a kid to break through the throng of soldiers that were surrounding her in the town square earlier. Huh? Right here. I'll go get her. Nah, we don't want to see her. Child Prophecy already got Percival and the grown-ups. We just want to talk to you. Me? But why would you want to? Just come with me, okay? Everyone's waiting for you. Don't tug on my sleeve. I'll go with you, okay? This here, Sam brought the charging lady back with him. Wow, so many human kids. They must have come here seeking refugees. Huh? This is a Castle Smithy, right? Yep, we're helping out Granny because there aren't enough grown-ups to go around. Hey, Nan, I bought her. Come on, do the thing.
Yes, I know. Would you mind coming here, young lady? The children asked me to make you a set of armor. I tried to tell them no, but they weren't having it.
Huh? Armor? For me? What? Is this? A mithril shield? Not even the Queen's Knights get you to use these? What were you thinking? I can't accept something so valuable. You should be giving this to Artoria. Someone as worthless as me doesn't deserve...
Worthless? Well, that's not nice. You don't believe what these children saw in you. They were all abandoned by Norwich, but they scrapped together everything they had to buy the materials for me to make this for you. They know you're not Percival or the Child Prophecy. They were entranced by the sight of your tiny form fighting valiantly on the battlefield. Well, do you still insist you're worthless?
But I don't even know what kind of fairy I am. I'm I'm just a weird stray.
So?
So? What does that mean? Fairies are fairies, right? Who cares how you were born or what your role's supposed to be? You protected Londinium for us. The first time you came here, you stood up for Yuri when she was crying because she tripped and spilled the fruit in her basket. You saved Samaria when she went out to look for food and almost got captured by Whitrose's soldiers. Humans would change, be kids like us, have no way of helping out in battle. And we only have around 6 months left to live. Nobody else ever protected us. You didn't care about any of that. You still fought as hard as you could to help us. That's why we wanted to thank you. Go on, Samaria. You go, Miss Knight. Thanks for saving us all this time. You're always charging headlong into danger, right? Been worried about you this whole time. That's why we asked Nam to make you this armor, so you wouldn't get hurt anymore. Me? You want to wear this? You want me to wear this so that I don't get hurt? Even though you guys are covered in bruises?
You see, these children don't care at all about what kind of fairy you are. I wasn't much use anymore in Norwich either, so I ended up here while I was looking for a place to die. But once I had something to do again, it was like I had never left the forge. I used to think our purpose was something we were born with. But the truth is, having people depend on you or helping those around you can help you become a new person. The person you need to be. There you are, Gareth. Shall we get started with your training? Today, I want to work on polishing your charge attack, and the speed that goes into it. You've got good instincts, so you should be able to tell what your opponent is going to do before. Gareth, is something wrong? You don't look very happy.
Oh no, I'm fine. It's nothing. That's right. It was nothing. What I wanted wasn't to save Britain, or anything so grand as that. It really was nothing. The kind of ordinary thing anyone could do.
I see. So those are tears of happiness. I'm glad you found people you care about and who care about you. Shall we give training a pass then, since it's such an important day?
No way! I'm going to train twice as hard now. I still have a lot of fighting left to do. I'm a knight of Londinium after all.
A knight of Londinium, huh? What a thing to say. You never fail to surprise.
Huh? Don't laugh at me just because you're stronger than I am. It's rude. I'm serious about this.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I guess you wouldn't know about this. See? The Knight of the Londinium was actually a specific person back in the Fey era. He was a human king known as the Last Knight, who fought the fairy clans and won. And he was Aesk, the Savior's lover.
Oh my gosh! I'm so sorry! I had no idea. I guess I was the one being rude.
Hey, there's nothing worried with Knight of Londinium. It's a lot better than Round Table Army. And for what it's worth, I think it suits you better too. After all, we really are trying to protect Londinium.
I didn't say anything back then because I could tell it wasn't good time. But you never did tell Artoria and Subras what happened when you fought Lazwa in the Welsh Woods, did you? Back then.
And read her next move, but I'm too slow to guard against her. She's just too fast for human eyes to follow.
Huh. I'm surprised your arm's still attached. You've grown, if only a little. It doesn't matter though. You could never hope to catch up to me. My physical capability, my magical energy levels, my time. I surpassed you in every way. So come on, just give up already. I guess that's too much to ask though. You never could listen, even when you were a child. There's no point in me saying this, but I'll say it anyway. Don't use that spear, Percival. It's too much for a human to handle. This is just a hunch, but you happen to know Lazwa from somewhere, Percival?
Yes. Lancelot and I were actually students at the same place. We trained together for a few years, but that's all. I'm sorry for making you worry over nothing. Now, I'm just Percival, commander of the Round Table Army. Lancelot and I are enemies now. We have nothing to say to each other, and no intention of holding back. Don't worry, the next time we fight, I'll beat her. Especially since I'm sure you and all the others will be there to help me too. We heard all about what you did in Norwich. Not even Morgan could defeat a Morris the size of a castle.
Thank you, but I can't take all the credit for that. I could never have done it without the Boy Mage, the Knight of Sheffield, and everyone else who helped us.
That last battle we fought was incredible. My body felt light as a feather, but my sword hit harder than ever. With magecraft like yours, Lady Artoria, we have nothing to fear from a coward like Woodrose.
Thank you, but I'm afraid my magecraft doesn't last very long. So please, don't get too far from us. And if you ever start to feel tired, please retreat immediately.
Could you tell us what happened in the Gloucester Child Prophecy? Is it true that you gave Tristan both the verbal beatdown and the physical one? She's killed countless fairies for no reason, and nobody's been able to stand up to her since she's the Queen's daughter. Every fairy in Britain has been waiting for her to finally get what's coming to her. Now that you've beaten Vargas, I hope you can defeat that horrible Tamlin next.
Yes, if I get the chance, I certainly will. Besides, I'll need to face all the Tamlins sooner or later. So when the time comes to fight Queen Morgan's daughter, I'll make sure she faces just for everything she's done.
Oh, that sounds amazing. I can't wait. You really are an undefeated king, the savior of the battlefield. 3 cheers for the Child Prophecy. 3 cheers for Lady Artoria.
The fact that they're all so nice makes this twice as tiring as usual. I haven't had to do this stuff since Tintago. I've forgotten how hard it is. I hope I did okay. I hope they didn't realize I actually have no idea what I'm doing.
Don't worry, none of them had a clue. That was some great acting. I should have known the Child Prophecy would know how to work a crowd. Is that how you handled them back in your hometown too?
I wouldn't say that.
Yikes, you must have it even worse than I thought. Usually you'd be biting my head off for that remark. What's going on? Something got you so down you can't even snap at me?
Huh? Now you're being all considerate, Muramasa. It was even worse than your teasing.
That's so. Well, don't let me interrupt your pity party. Clearly no reason to worry about you.
I'm sorry. I was just kidding, honestly. I know you really are concerned about me. And sorry for making you worry, but I do really appreciate it.
Nah, what I'm really worried about is the battle tomorrow. How are we supposed to win if our leader's staring at her feet all gloom instead of watching the enemy?
Oh, I see. Well, that's too bad. But really, you don't have to worry about me. I'm just a little tired from all the fighting we've been doing lately. Plus, all these Round Table Army people are just a lot more excited about this than I am. I mean, they all have their own important reasons for being here. Some want to fight for fairy and human freedom. Some want revenge on the Queen. Some want a better tomorrow. Those are all great reasons. But so serious, it's hard for me to keep up. I mean, I'm only here because I'm the Child of Prophecy. Sure, I like to fight, and I'm good at it. But it's embarrassing to be put on so high a pedestal.
You're good at it? Nonsense. There's no way anyone who actually likes fighting would have wanted something like that. Even Silfros wanting a Holy Grail was a damn sight better than that.
Huh? You saw what it was I wanted, Muramasa?
Of all the things you could have desired, that was all you wanted? But what if you're the Child Prophecy? If you want to act how you think everyone expects, fine. But if nobody else is going to say this, I will. Artoria, you're not cut out for fighting.
But if I quit, I would be letting everyone down, right? it's okay. I'll be fine. I know I'm in over my head, and I still have no confidence in my ability to actually pull this off. But I'm sure I can at least figure out how to ring the bells of pilgrimage. So I'm going to keep doing my best to be a good child of prophecy.
Okay, that takes care of my report to the border. What are you doing up this late so fast? Everyone besides the lookout is sleeping now. I was just about to turn in too. Well, if you're having trouble sleeping, do you want to talk about what's ever on your mind?
Let's see.
I was just thinking about what Count Pepperon told us last night. What do you think Pepe meant by humans not being able to migrate outside this lost belt? Oh, that. Okay, I guess this was bound to come up eventually. When Pepperoncino said that humans born here can only lie here, I think what he really meant to say was, humans who were made in Fairy Britain can't survive outside it. You've seen a lot of different sides to the land of the Bay by now. Well, one of them is those prisons they call human ranches. You do know what's really going on at those places, right?
They're factories where humans are made.
Right. The large facility Artoya told us not to look at was a giant human manufacturing plant. At first, I thought they were being made just like homunculi. I realized as I've been studying the humans here, that isn't the case. Every human here is a clone made from rearranging the DNA of one human.
Just like the Apocrypha, the Sieg.
Yeah. Even though they started out with only one human for the base material, they were able to come up with hundreds of millions of variations over repeated rearrangements and duplications. Enough variations rival the sheer variety of people found in proper human history. The difference is that humans made here can't reproduce, and their lifespans are predetermined. I don't think the lifespan part was intentional. There's probably only so much their cells can take. When I first got to Salisbury, I remember finding it odd that there weren't any elderly humans around. There were plenty of elderly fairies, sure, but no elderly humans.
But that alone isn't enough reason to say they can't survive, right?
True. The real proof rests in the era that original human was born. The era of the High Queen, Morgan's reign, began after the Tree of Emptiness died. When she took over Britain, it became a lost world instead of Lostbelt. A whole other chronicle theoretical phenomenon, basically. That means anything born in this era could survive in proper human history too. But Bay era Britain was a Lostbelt supported by a Tree of Emptiness and subject to a pruning theoretical phenomenon. Anything born in a Lostbelt can't survive outside it. Of course, if a being is able to cross that boundary into a higher level phenomenon, like being inscribed in the Throne of Heroes, that would let them survive in proper human history as well. But obviously, that's not the kind of thing just anyone can do. This is just speculation on my part, but I guess this Britain didn't originally have humans. Now that they've been essentially created here, fairies and humans have switched roles. Here, fairies are real, and humans are the fantastical made-up creatures. That's why humans from Fairy Britain can't survive in reality-based proper human history. Whatever feelings you have about how humans are treated here are yours. You can want to change things, or you can want to give up, but you shouldn't impress your own morality upon them. Even if their lives seem like a fleeting illusion to outsiders, they're still very real to them. As for their age limits, well, every life form's time has to come to an end someday. It's kind of sad that these people won't get more time, sure, but that's all it is. Sad. It's nothing you need to grieve over. The important thing is everyone's life is where they're trying to go, and how far they manage to get. And I don't mean literal physical distance. I mean a big picture reason to exist. The kind of ultimate destination point that says, this is the kind of species we were.
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure I fully grasp what you said.
Well, of course. I'm a peerless genius created by a peerless genius, you know. Anyway, I'm more worried about the opposite situation. Humans from Fairy Britain might not be able to leave, but fairies could if they wanted to. Just like how Morgan said she was going to expand her territory. There could be fairies here who would want to come over in proper human history. And if one of them should be evil enough to be considered an evil of humanity, that could be what leads to the collapse. Right. Here, take another look at this mural. Remember what it was called? The Abyssal Rhyme? In general, legends like these that have been passed down in Fairy Britain are prophecy made by the Mirror clan. So there's a very good chance this mural is based on one of those very prophecies. One where the 6 clans gather around to worship an enormous beast in a land with no gods. I didn't say anything when we first found this mural because there were so many other people around. But look at these markings underneath it. The fairies here probably don't know what it says because it's not written in fairy language. But these are probably hieroglyphics, which predate even the Hebrew writing system. I'm guessing they were either written here about 14,000 years ago during one of proper human history ancient civilization eras, or someone used them deliberately and more recently to pass on a message that would only be understood in the future, and only by humans at that. Can you read them? Of course! They form a single word. Serunos. Cernunos? Cernanos? Okay, yeah. Cernanos? It's the name of an ancient Celtic god, and proof that gods did once exist in the land of the Fae. Cernanos. Right.
Tamlin Lancelot, Lady Bargus,
Nee Tamlin Garwin.
as of this moment, both have returned from their mission in the Welsh words. Tamlin, make your reports to Her Majesty.
Tell me all. I will have only the unabridged truth. Yes, High Queen. I cleansed the forest of Wales as you commanded. During the mission, I fought the Child Prophecy, the Foreign Mage, and the traitorous Oberon. In doing so, I lost the name you gifted me, and I return to you now simply as Barghest. This is hilarious! How the mighty Sir Gawain has fallen! You know, running back here with your tail between your legs is kind of charming, at least for a Dark Duchess. So, this is the second time you've let the Child Prophecy get away from you, you know? Not to say for yourself? Father may be kind and understanding, but even she has her limits. We completed the mission you gave us, Your Majesty. The forest is cleansing. Vargas stopped fighting simply because she is no longer needed to. Tamlin Gawain suffered no defeat. Unlike you, Tristan. But was that a shot at me, Lancelot? You're so lousy at it. I'm honestly not sure. And lose the freaking mask already. Why should I listen to you back talking me if you don't even have the guts to show your face? I was only stating a fact.
Whoa, Lady Lancelot just showed her face. She usually only does that during ceremonies. What an incredible stroke of luck. That long silvery hair, those golden eyes that shine like crystals. She truly is a one-of-a-kind dragon fairy.
Don't worry about me, Lancelot. Don't worry about me, Lancelot. This has nothing to do with you. I wasn't trying to help you. I just took it off because it was in the way. No way. You're a team loser too, Lancelot. I can't believe you didn't even try to defend yourself. If something happens to Lancelot, she's usually so unflappable. Your Majesty, I cannot deny that I was defeated. I have betrayed your trust in me and besmirched the name of all Tamlin. I will accept whatever punishment you judge to be fitting. Indeed, it is unthinkable that a Tamlin should be defeated by the child prophecy. You are therefore commanded to remain in your own lands and reflect on your failure. You have worked tirelessly to keep peace and order in Fairy Britain these past 2 centuries. Now is the time for you to rest.
So the Black Dog Duchess is being relegated to Manchester. She's no longer going to be on the front line. Now's our chance to find the most promising upcoming knight in our ranks and have them bestowed with the Tamlin's gifted name in her place.
Idiots! There's not another fairy in Britain who could possibly take Vargas' place. There. Are you sure it's a good idea to give her leave, Mother? Shouldn't she be backing up with Rose? May I please say something, Your Majesty? I believe Vargas should atone for her sins on the battlefield. We received reports that the rebel forces in Londinium are continuing to grow in number. The Fang Clan alone may not be enough to stop them. We should send Vargas out there and have to defeat the child prophecy once and for all. You are, I assume, joking. Yes. Do you truly believe mere humans capable of beating Woodrose? But Lord Woodrose is over 1,000 years old. Surely he can't still be any shape too. Absurd. Ignorance truly would seem bliss. Huh? I have already sent reinforcements to Oxford. They should rendezvous with Woodrose's forces tomorrow. Together, they will be more than enough to raise Londinium. Vargas will not be needed there. I see. Now I understand, Your Majesty. An excellent decision, as always. Vargas, where is Knight Fortune? Still has yet to report to me. He somehow perished in battle. Huh? Fortune hasn't returned. What could have happened to him after I last saw him? Knight Fortune and I went out separate ways once the forest was cleansed. He did not tell me where he was going. I see. If you do not know where he is either, then he must have fallen to the Foreign Mage, or encountered a group of Moors. Regardless, the cessation of his reports must mean he has died. Fairies have declined so deplorably, even those who survived the war against the Moors. Very well. Leave me now, officer. I can stomach your incompetence no longer.
Yes, High Queen. I'm so sorry we couldn't be more useful.
Your Majesty, wait! May I speak? Though you are willing to risk your life to do so, you are still earnest to a fault, I see. Very well. I know what you have to say will be nonsense, but say it anyway. Thank you, High Queen. What I wish to say is, I cannot believe that the Foreign Mage truly means to destroy Britain. He worked with the child prophecy to repel the calamity of Norwich. He accepted your invitation to Camelot, and he even went out of his way to try to protect the Welsh words. Human or not, he is far more trustworthy than Not Riaba, who only seeks to disturb Britain's peace. Vargas, the great calamity will be upon us soon. Surely we can use all the help we can get. If the Foreign Mage is not actually our enemy, his knowledge could be a powerful asset. Please, let me try to negotiate with proper human history. The child prophecy may be a traitor, but the Foreign Mage could be an ally to the fit. No, I will hear no more of your nonsense, Vargas. Under no circumstances will I cooperate with proper human history, regardless of the perils we may face. As you fear, every fairy alive now will likely die in a great calamity. So long as Britain remains intact, and me with it, nothing else matters.
Our High Queen's resolve is incredible. Did she really say we were all going to die? But Camelot will still be safe, right? Of course it will. Why would she want to rule Britain with no subjects? The High Queen is still a fairy at heart. Without us, there would be no point in protecting the land.
You heard, Mother, Vargas. Get it through that boulder atop your shoulders, would you? If I said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Mother couldn't care less about fairies. The looks on those opposite faces was priceless. I can only imagine how much fun it'll be to see them panic once the show really begins. Is she serious? Then, the High Queen truly has no intention of saving her subjects' lives?
Gotcha. So that's the scoop with the High Queen's reinforcements. I have nothing more to say. I'll just keep an eye on things and play it by ear. My next entree is Silkfrost. I don't care about the battle between Woodrose and the Round Table. Whoa, you're kidding me. Pepper on Xenos and Londinium too? Damn, that was close. I'd have blundered it right into a minefield if you hadn't warned me. Thanks for telling me this. I owe you one. Don't worry, I'll keep my distance from Londinium. There'll be plenty of other chances in the future.
Honey, I'm home! Ah, that was so good. You should have seen Biga shaking her boots. And you'll never guess what awesomely horrible thing Mother... Hey, was someone just here?
Well, hello, Lady Spinel. I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Man, that infinity mirror of Morgan's is something else. Hell, it's practically magic. Proper human history sure never had such a quick and easy method of transportation. And even if there was one, only a witch whose way behind the times would be able to use it. That alone makes it worthy of respect. These fairies still have no idea what makes Morgan really scary. Deep down, they still dismiss her as an insolent upstart of a fairy who can't even make sacraments without using magecraft. You ask me, the other way around? She's a scary, powerful fairy who supplements her already insane fairy powers with even crazier magecraft. She's got a teleportation spell that's practically a dimensional connector made by linking a base mirror with a bunch of sub-mirrors. She's got 12 lances that shine to the end of the world all around Camelot's main gate. She's got a huge tower bounded field covering all of Britain. She's got the garden where she sealed Merlin. And on top of all that, she can even perform raid shifts without coffins. Not even Chaldea could ever pull that off. I never would have guessed she's been whisking calamities off the ancient times to contain their damage in the past. Seriously, she's got this completely covered. Having Tamlin around on top of all that is just overkill.
Right? I knew you understand, Barrow. Seriously, why does she keep 3 Tamlin around when she could easily make do with just me? I keep telling her I should be the only special one. I'm her one and only daughter, after all. But she hardly even talks to me.
Oh, don't worry about it. Morgan's just bashful, that's all. You've turned out to be exactly the sort of delicate princess she'd hoped to raise. You can tell she cares about you, right? Why do you think she lets you hang on to one of the Infinity Mirror's sub-mirrors? It's so she can always call you back to her at a moment's notice, no matter where you are or what might be happening. If that isn't doting on you, I don't know what it is. It's way more love than any parent shows their kid in proper human history.
Really? So, Mother really does love me? I really am fit to be her daughter?
Of course. From where I stand, it's distinguishably obvious how much she cares. She just wants you to be free. Who cares what those dumb fairies say about you? You should just cut loose and do whatever you feel like, princess.
Of course I will. There's nothing I love more than hearing fairies scream in pain. I only came to see Woodrose's battlefield to see a mountain of their corpses piled high. I just wish my noble phantasm could target more than one fairy at a time. I do envy that about Bygest. Maybe I should ask Mother to give hers to me. Oh, right. Darwin can't use it anymore, huh? I guess I should be more concerned with the child prophecy. It's hard to believe she actually beat Bygest. Is the Master of Chaldea really strong enough to defeat a Tamlin?
Good question. Now that he's made it this far, I guess I owe him a fair shake. Whatever his skills are as a mage, he's gotta be one of the best masters out there. Really, when you think about it, he's got an absolute shit ton of experience. You don't beat Kashtaria Wodan by accident. But the fact that he pulled that off has gotta mean he's a better master than me. And to be that good of a master, he he must have some serious bonds with his servants. On the battlefield, masters and servants fight like they're of one mind and one body. It was the strength of those bonds that led him to beat Vargas.
One mind and one body. So, they never deceive each other, or betray one another. You're a master too, right, Barrow? Do you have a servant of your own?
Who knows? Maybe I still haven't formed a contract yet.
What? Excuse me. Come on, Red Barrow. I know you like slacking off, but this is ridiculous. No, this must be fake. It's so totally fake. Hey, Barrow, do you think I could be your servant? Do you think I could find a partner of my dreams, even though I'm just a fairy everyone hates?
Sure, I bet a fairy could become a servant. Maybe I'll even form a contract with you myself, if I feel like it, princess. But right now, I want to talk about tomorrow's death match. Now that I've got nothing to do in Londinium, I've got some extra time on my hands. So I could use your help laying the groundwork for what comes next. Death match? Nice. Defending Londinium, oh boy.
Wow. Seeing all these soldiers eating together in the town square like this really drives home the idea that they're about to go to battle. And you're all here too. How come? I thought you were going to be fighting just yet. We're not. I just didn't think it'd be right to be the only ones relaxing in the war room. Want some of this bread with jam? Happy meow? It's really sweet. No thanks. Looks like it'd give me heartburn. Anyway, aren't we missing someone? Hey, Muramasa, you look like you're about to nod off. But before that, can you tell me what happened to Oberon?
Oberon? Now that you mention it, I haven't seen him for a while now. Thought that might be because I was holed up in the forge all last night working on something a little out of my wheelhouse. Ain't exactly the first time he's just blown off on his own. Not a whole lot of women in Londinium, you know. Knowing him, he's probably off in Salisbury putting the moves on Aurora or something.
I wish I could say he'd never do that since he's not a lowlife like you, but...
Close, but no cigar, Muramasa. Foil's more my type.
Oh, hey, there you are, Oberon. How's it going? Good morning, Oberon.
Good morning, Gareth. My, you and Habitat are like bright rays of pure sunshine. I hope you don't grow up to be a couple of gossipy grown-ups like some others I could name. Alright, sorry about that, but don't try to play innocent either. It's okay when I play the field. Nobody would even know who I am if it were a romantic comedy. My whole job is selling dreams to people who love stories. Wouldn't you agree, Frost? I guess that's true. It's almost midday now.
Yup, Percy's gang should just be making their way out of the river now. With any luck, all the soldiers we place around the ramparts to make it look like we're entirely committed to defense will be enough to keep Woodrose from realizing we've sent out too many soldiers for us to be able to actually defend Londinium if he were to attack now. Let's just hope this army level staring contest keeps up until evening.
Woodrose is the head of the Fang clan, which I'm told he means he has to be very cautious. By now, I'm sure you must know about the Norvikian refugees who came here from Salisbury, as well as the volunteer soldiers that came directly from Norwich bolstering our ranks. So barring some exceptional circumstance or other, it seems pretty unlikely he tried to make a move on Londinium with his current...
Emergency! The enemy's on the attack! Woodrose's main force is headed our way right now. What in the world could they be thinking? They must know there's no way they could take down Londinium with only 2 companies.
Yes, we found those exceptional circumstances. We know. We can't stay holed up any longer. We'll head on to the field to meet them. Our archers almost ran out of arrows yesterday. They won't even be able to maintain fire for an hour now. Aurelia, okay. Aurelia, have your platoon charge straight into them. Landon, have your platoon ride out from the east gate. And hurry! Count, do you think you can command the volunteer soldiers from Norwich?
Leave it to me, hon. I'll send them out from the west gate and have them flank Woodrose's forces. I don't think they'll be very effective, but they should take some pressure off the other 2 platoons. So as long as Aurelia and Landon's troops can buy us some time...
Now give Percival's squad a chance to sneak up behind Woodrose.
That's right. If Woodrose is attacking because he's getting antsy for a victory, then we'll just have to keep him from scratching that itch. If they make it through the main gate, we'll lose. If we can keep them out of the castle, we'll win. Toya, Stopfrost, I'd like you to back up Aurelius. No, on second thought, I'd like you two to defend Londinium as our primary fighters. Got it.
Minna, ついてきて。暗きによく言いました。そう、いいでしょう。私の足元で許しを乞いなさい。落ちよ、ロードレス・キャメロット。
Yes. 10. Are you MP5? Yes, you are.
いい判断です。それは絶えず見た滅びの夢。最果てにありながら、鳥は明日を迎えましょう。ロードレス・キャメロ。
Antar the Night, okay.
手に入らないので、あまり悩ます式はこうしてあげる。やだね、食べなさい。よし。よくいい判断です。罠だ。分断する。アコール。
Got him. Now he's gonna summon this. What's that? Ghost Wrapper. Yes, thank you. Overcharge.
運命暗きいい判断です。あれはいつか見た終わりの星。 どれほど遠く汚れても私は星を探すのです。さあ幕を開けてアラウンドカリバーン。慈悲神戸を垂れよ。恐怖は希望もな何人通るにあたわず。
Easy.
やっと血がたぎってきたのに終わりだなんて。いつの世も
Alright, we're going for next round. Next fight. Our forces are in position in front of Londinium, sir. The Round Table Army is sending out platoons of 200 soldiers each from the north, east, and west gates, and appears to be gearing up to attack us from 3 directions. Understood. You seem to have a good head on your shoulders, at least for a human. Tell me then, human, what do you make of the situation? Do they seem like they're about to fight a quick skirmish and run back into the castle again, like they have been? No, sir. I can't explain it very well, but they seem much more serious this time. I don't think they plan to retreat at all. It feels like they're hell-bent on holding you back here no matter what, sir. Ha! Exactly! They're clearly just stalling for time! Percival's nowhere to be seen, right? I know all about this. I know all about his pathetic plan to get the drop on me with a separate squad. I'd do the same in his position, but he's a day too late at the least. I can just imagine the look on his face at seeing the empty remains of our old camp where he thought our forces were still stationed. And that's not all. Even if he attempts to hurry back here, he'll run straight into the Queen's reinforcements. And even if he manages to temporarily give them the slip, he'll only end up sandwiched between them and my own forces. He has no chance of making it back to Londinium. And with him gone, the Round Table Army is no more than a glass bauble waiting to be smashed. Now, rally our soldiers. Forget about the riffraff from the west gate. Apart from the main gate, the ramparts should be thinly guarded now. Have our nimblest scouts sneak in wherever they can. Tell the soldiers to show Londinium's inhabitants no mercy. Man, woman, child, makes no difference. Anyone who will spurn Her Majesty's protection after she has kept Britain safe for 2,000 years is no more than a common criminal. Kill them all. Don't let a single one of Londinium's residents escape with their lives.
The battlefield's too big for my enhancements to reach everyone. Those troops over there may as well be sending ducks.
Crap. Lando's platoon is fighting up a second wave, and they've got siege troops mixed in with them. Toya can't take care of them without leaving her current position. Muramasa, so fast.
On it. Okay, I'll be right back as soon as I've cut that thing down to size. You come too, Habitat. We need all the help we can get right now.
This really isn't my thing, but alright. I guess I can kick some ass and still keep Sofra safe.
Back in line, Muramasa. Where the hell is it? This one. Waiver. What?
大丈夫。落ち着いて。普段通りに下がっているように。慈悲だ。神戸を垂れよ。恐怖は希望もな何人も通るにあたわず。
Amamo tank type 71? What?
早がけですよ。熱を帯びなさい。破壊エメラルは今のうちに準備を。手に入らないやります。君よく言いました。そういいでしょう。私の足元で許しを乞いなさい。落ちよロードレスキャメロット。逃がすものか。簡単に終わらない。あまり悩ませない。白兵戦行きます。楽しく圧倒し目をよく言いました。そこです。モルゴー
What?
スアコーロ。
Not yet. We just got out of tank. Haha. Now you're dead.
運命をかけた戦いであれば暗き湖を圧倒します。誇りにかけて浸れ。慈悲神戸を垂れよ。恐怖は希望もな何人も通るにあたわず。ありがとうございます。皆さんのおかげです。
That thing really didn't look like it belonged here. Did Kanyan's Gaia sell it to him? I swear, is there anyone that damn fox won't sell to?
Never mind that now, Masa. We've got 3 more headed this way.
Damn it. We'll never be able to defend the east gates against all of them. They just keep coming. Some of the Fang Clan soldiers have already made their way past the gates and into the castle. Ugh. Too easy. You humans are nothing without your poisoned weapons. Saboteurs, find a way to remove the rampart's magical energy barriers. There must be a control board somewhere around here. Dear any human who tries to interfere limb from limb, they don't have much longer to live anyway. Aha! Perfect. There's a human who should be willing to walk. You there, boy. Where is your commander? Tell us what you know, and we'll make your death quick and painless.
Oh man, they're headed this way. What do I do? What do I do? I have to find a way to get rid of them before they find Nan and Yuri and the others.
Never mind. You're shaking so much you can't get a word out. This is a waste of time. I'm amazed a defective one like you survived this long outside of the ranch. So, all you scurrying about finally led you to this rat hole of a city. How revolting. Even in the last moments of your miserable life, you just can't help but make trouble for us.
Oh, got it. Get out of here, you horse-faced bastard! Sink into the pit and don't you dare come crawling out of it ever again! Miss Gareth! Whoa! That was amazing! Mary? Does this armor and shield you all gave me look good on me then? You bet it does. But you were already amazing regardless. That was one of the Queen's own knights, and you just sent him flying like he was nothing. Right? Now hurry up and hide with the others. I'll take care of any other soldiers that make their way in here. Okay, we'll count on you, Sir Knight. Thanks so much for saving me. That's right. This is war. Death is an unavoidable part of war.
But the ones doing the dying should be soldiers, not unarmed children. If there aren't any true knights left in Britain, then I'll just have to build a world myself. Now, come on, you cowards. You're not laying a finger on Londinium's people as long as I'm around.
Shit. Wait, where the hell is the last one? I seriously wish they could have at least like auto like same setup from the last fight instead of just going through this bullshit again. Where did I put the fucking full detective right there?
任せなさい。よく言いました。慈悲だ。神戸を垂れよ。恐怖は希望もなく何人も通るにあたわず。
つまりつまり連中だな。他にやることないの？
よく言いました。それは絶えず見た滅びの夢。最果てにありながら鳥は明日を迎えしロードレスキャメル。あまり悩ませない手に入らないのだね。負けないぞ。よく言いました。逃がすものか内側から追われる。
うわ
Yes.
白兵戦
Thank you.
行きます。
Dumb idiot.
目を背けないで。それは絶えず見た滅びの夢。最果てにありながら鳥は明日を迎えしロードレスキャメル。はあ、鐘の音が聞こえる。
It's no use. We can't hold them back.
The Round Table Army soldiers are doing their best, but there's nothing more we can do. We're overmatched and outnumbered. We have to retreat to Londinium.
We can't. If we fall back now, the castle's as good as theirs. Once Percival gets back, he'd have to lead the Round Table Army in a siege against their own castle. Besides, Woodrose isn't taking any prisoners. If he makes it inside, there won't be anyone left to protect.
Yeah, you're right. Then we'll just have to fight to the last. Oh man, I can't believe it. How many times am I going to have to do this sort of thing?
Calm down, Artoria.
You calm down so fast. How am I supposed to stay calm under these conditions? I mean, how much fighting have you done if this doesn't faze you? That's not normal, you know? Just look at Woodrow smirking over there standing in the middle of his troops in his stupid suit. He's pissing me off. You better hope I don't throw a bomb at him. I can totally reach him from here, you know?
Huh? You can?
That's right. I can. Woodrow is so confident. He's come to the front himself. Wait. Then, does this mean those troops heading toward the enemies by the main gate aren't actually Woodrose's main force?
That's right. It's Percival. Percival's company made it.
Fucking no. Aw, man. That's it. Don't leave a single one of them alive. This so-called army is nothing without Percival. They're no more than rabble. Huh, the child prophecy must be hiding in a castle, trembling about now. At last, I can finally make up for my mistake in Tinkatego and put that accursed village behind me. Hey, you there. Has there been any word from the soldier who snuck into the castle ahead of us yet? Not yet, sir. We believe they're still busy looking for the child prophecy. What, Rose? May I ask you something? You described the child prophecy as an evil-looking fairy girl of 16, right? Is there anything else you can tell us about her? No. I don't know what she looks like. I wasn't allowed to attend her audience with the queen, after all. I see. Well, what about in Tintagel? Did you see her there? No, I didn't. I never even got a look at her as she fled. Well, no matter. I'll find out once the castle is ours. Now, don't let up until the Round Table army is completely... Wait. What are those footsteps? They sound like they're coming from behind us. The Queen's reinforcements? No. It can't be. This frivolous, insignificant thumping of boots can only be... Lord Woodrose! Lord Woodrose! Percival forces are attacking us from behind our lines. No. They're practically on top of us. We don't have time to regroup. I don't understand. You said we wouldn't have to worry about an attack from the rear. What? Are you telling me they already defeated the Queen's reinforcements? No. That can't be. That's just not possible. All I can tell you, sir, is that they're definitely here, and they're completely unharmed. But our soldiers are exhausted from throwing themselves at the ramparts. We're outmatched now. If we don't do something soon, they'll have us surrounded. What are your orders, Lord Whitrose? We need you to lead us in battle. Surrounded? They have us surrounded? And now you want me to wade into the fray myself? Aurelia, Landon, have your troops move around the enemy's right flank over by Londinium. Squad 2, make your way over to Londinium as well. Keep attacking the right flank on your way. Squad 1, will attack the enemy's main force and take out the commander together, before they can rebuild their formation. The Child Prophecy will definitely take advantage of this opportunity. Now, with me, let's end this fight with Woodrose's army once and for all. Yeah, we're with you, Commander Percival! It's Percival. He made it. Looks like we don't gotta worry about the ramparts anymore. Now we can just focus on Woodrose's army. You hear what he said, Artoria?
I heard. He wants us to come out and fight with him. Are y'all good to go?
You know it. The Banquan's a formidable bunch. We can't pass up this chance to rein them in. Come on, Sopas. We're going in for the kill.
大丈夫。落ち着いて。普段通り。いい判断です。それは絶えず見た滅びの夢。最果てにありながらトリガースを噴射。ロードレスキャメル。
つまんない連中だな。
です
やることないの？
目を背けないで。それは絶えず見た滅びの夢。最果てにありながらトリガースを噴射。ロードレスキャメル。すべて見つめます。あまり悩ませない。白兵戦すべて見つめます。よろしい。
あ
ね、よく言いました。
罠だ。
逃がす者か。アコーロ。
うわっ。
やだな。いい判断です。それは絶えず見た滅びの夢。最果てにありながらトリガースを噴射。ロードレスキャメル。
これでも勝ちは勝ちだよな。うん。
Alright. Art. Warm up.
It's over, Woodrose. We got you completely surrounded.
This can't be happening. How did you get here so fast, Percival? How did you shake the High Queen's reinforcements? Did you have help from the King clan? Reinforcements? I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about. You figured out our plan to attack from behind your lines and try to capture Londinium before we could act. You nearly succeeded, but luckily, the others managed to hold out long enough for us to make it. That's all there is to it. Now, please surrender, Lord Woodrose. If you surrender, I promise you will be treated well as our prisoner of war. We have no wish to spill blood unnecessarily. Our only enemy is the Queen. Possible. You say you never even saw the High Queen reinforcements. I mean, that would explain how you got here so fast, but... No, it can't be. That can't be right. It can't be. That would mean the High Queen has forsaken me. And she would never ever do that! That does it! To hell with propriety! How dare you mock the High Queen's trust in me! Okay. Whoa. Very well, humans. You want to fight me? So be it. I, Woodrose, head of the Fang Clan, shall kill you all with my own hands. Extremely amateur assistant or fantastic out of question. I wonder. Battle ends on the 5th turn or after the party wipes out. Okay. But I'm gonna try just building up the meta shit anyway. If only that card deck don't try to screw me over, but I don't think it's not possible.
みんなついてきて。
つまり連中だな。
手に入らない簡単に手に入らない。
こういうのはどうだ。
白兵戦行き水のうちに準備。いい、よく目を背けないで。逃がすものか。内側から終わる。召し上げましょう。
I didn't fucking
無礼に
stand
諦めなさい。
Oh yeah, right. And it goes to bullshit.
つまり連中だな。他にやることよし。
もちろん。
罠だ。罠だ。
えい。
Fuck out of here.
ライダー。
負けないぞ。よく言いました。突破します。魔女ですよ。召し上げましょう。
What the hell, man?
ここまでか。
やだな。罠さあトリムマウよろしく。罠を仰せの通り言いました。言って。死になさい。 召し上げましょう。いい、よく言いました。やってみよう。魔女ですので。言って。
And a battle ends right there. There you go. No freaking point. Wow. Alright. Just as I expected. Dust piled to the peak of a mountain will still never be more than dust. Wars are fought between fairies with true power. Soldiers only exist in Her Majesty's fairy prison to give otherwise useless fairies something to do. You peasants could never hope to kill someone like me, no matter how many of you there are. Now then, staying in this form uses a lot of energy, and it's left me a bit peckish. Forgive me if my table manners are lacking. Crap, nobody else can move. I'm definitely going to get another earful about this later. Oh, he really does have the power of a king. He embodies the beauty of the wild itself. Truth be told, we humans should never have challenged him in the first place. But I've come too far to let it end here. Hear me, sacred spear, and pass judgment on mine actions. Alright, let's finish one last fight. Rest will be. Let's see. Oh. Hear me, Sacred Spear, and pass judgment on mine actions.
選定の槍よ、今一度私に力をぜい。
Smirk on his face, like, really? Is that all you can do? Of course I know of that spear's power. Aurora told me all about it. Personally, I wish you had used it during the Robin Redbreast tournament, so I could have seen Lancelot begging for mercy. Speaking of that tournament, did you know I gave it its name, you pathetic worm? I named it after a toy bird who dreamed of defeating a dragon. Seems unlikely to happen now, though. What the fuck? He's oh no! He's decapitating all of it! Oh shit! Decapitated. What is it, Gareth? Did an arrow hit you? Let me see. It's not that. I don't see a single arrow in her back or head. That's it. Something's obviously not right. Hang in there, Gareth. Stay calm. Deep breaths.
Petra? Oberon? You're both alive? Thank goodness. Now, what am I saying? That was obviously another vision. Come on, Gareth. Think. What can you do to stop everyone from getting killed?
Gareth, what are you talking about?
Aha! I've got it. Petra, I need your help, please. You've been jealous of Percival for the way he fights on his fairy steed, right? Well, now's your chance to be the Kundry to my Percival.
What? Is it going to be rewind for a bit? I'm definitely going to get another earful about this later. Oh my god, rewind. Ryu does have the power of a king. He embodies the beauty of the wild itself. Truth be told, we humans should never have challenged him in the first place. But I have to defeat him, but I'll never be able to save her. Forgive me, head of the Fang clan. Hear me, Sacred Spear, and pass judgment on mine.
Stop! I know you're about to do something cool, but hang on just a second.
Gareth? No, it's me.
And me.
Retro bitch. Why would one of the servants I gave to Aurora dare to defy me? Unless... No, it couldn't be. Aurora, don't tell me you of all fairies have chosen to side with the child prophecy.
Yeah!
You fool! Not even iron weapons can hope to defeat me. I'm simply far too strong for the likes of... Ow! That actually hurt?
Now, Percival!
Got it. Thank you, Gareth. Hear me, Sacred Spear. In light of my friend's bravery, please forgive mine actions. Okay, wait, what?
選定の槍よ、今一度私に力をぜい。
Nice, Percival.
What is this? Chills. Dizziness. How insolent. Using a spear of selection. You would pass judgment on my clan with your filthy voice of paradise?
Did that just... Alright, never mind. Now's our chance. Get him! Right. We can't waste this opportunity Gareth gave us. Come on, everyone. Thank God that Gareth has a power ability to rewind. To prevent from that Woodrow's decapitating all of my servants, including me. All my servants, including me. That's cool. Prevent it from being decapitated. Alright, I need to keep that Percival on the front line because he uses MP to break out his passive buff. Well, to break out that Woodrow's buff. Wait, let's just say. I need... Oh, yeah. I'm gonna keep this one. Then, and mash with a taunter. Just in case, because every time break bar points, it reduces the charge bar down by 1. So... Do I need another... No. Okay. Let's give it a try.
よーし、おりょうさん少し本気出しちゃうわけね。
おっと危ないからみんな
行きます。
防御陣形。
へいへい、ビビってんのかよーい。
いやいや煽らないでね。清掃抜病。
Wait.
あいつ食べていいか。
ダメだよ。清掃抜病を抜くぜよ。
やってやるぞ。
この槍が人に許されたものではないとしても、我が魂をくべて暗き世の東大とならん。愛熱最高破れたり。
これがわしの宝具。行くぜよおりょうさん。
ああ、
玉かける竜が如く。これでしまいじゃ。
今だぞ。
はいはい分かってますよ。
Oh, whoa, whoa. Oh my god, man. That was stupid.
白兵戦行きます。戦いですか。やだな。戦いですか。
Are you gonna break it? Don't think so.
宝具を抜くぜよおりょうさん。
負けないぞ。
行くよ。
これがわしの宝具。行くぜよお嬢さん。
ああ、
玉かける竜が如く。これでしまいじゃ。
えい、もう
せっ
一発。
Ah, great. Eee. Oh my god, I was close. Holy fuck. Wait.
へいへい、ビビってんのかよーい。
宝具を抜くぜよお嬢さん。
まとめてぶっ飛ばす。それはいつか来る兆しの星。誰に呼ばれるまでもなく、あなたは星をかざすでしょう。アラウンドカリバーン。
これがわしの宝具。行くぜよお嬢さん。
ああ、
玉かける竜が如く。これでしまいじゃ。
今だぞ。
はいはい、分かってますよ。
Peace. Fuck. I'm not gonna make it that time.
Pakugei-sen, 望まれることを望まれたようやります。
行くとしますか。
それはいつか来る兆しの星。誰に呼ばれるまでもなく、あなたは星をかざすでしょう。アラウンドカリバーン。ここでまっすぐ。もう一発。我は
そいつは名案。これがわしの宝具。行くぜよお嬢さん。
ああ、
玉かける竜が如く。これでしまいじゃ。
Ah.
それはいつか来る兆しの星。誰に呼ばれるまでもなく、あなたは星をかざすでしょう。アラウンドカリバーン。
Me emoji. Okay.
はあ、ごめんなさい。
Oh man. Still has
帽子をして。あいつ食べていいか。
ダメだよ。
I really want to keep Sakamoto alive. There's one turn left.
ドリンクドリンク。やります。歌詞もやります。オッケー。にゃん。ここでまっすぐ。ですか。帽子をして。あいつ食べていいか。
ダメだよ。
任せろ。まとめてぶっと。
あ、行くとしますか。そいつは名案。
もちろん。
せっ
もう一発。いけ。
だよ。
突破します。
E. Alright, how many guts you have? 2. So here's an idea.
やだね。今のうちに準備。
ああ、行くよ。
まとめてぶっ。我はま。
そいつは名案。
今だぞ。
はいはい、分かってますよ。これがわしの宝具。行くぜよお嬢さん。
ああ、
玉かける竜が如く。これでしまいじゃ。
は
お嬢さん。
あ、任せる。
Done.
勝った。
Oh my god.
お嬢さん。カウン。
いや、終わっちゃダメでしょ。
My god. Sakamoto just barely getting last stand. Ah! Impossible! Impossible! I'm a Grand Duke, the head of a clan. I can't be defeated by humans. This will never stand. Never!
He's getting away. He's headed for the River of Tears. Damn it. If we lose him now, we'll never get another chance. Somebody, go after them.
Well, tired, man. It's no use. I can't even catch my breath. Ah! My demonic blood. The bleeding won't stop. I can't last much longer. Stay away. Stay away from me, you lousy good-for-nothing. Where would you be if it weren't for me? Did you forget how I chose you? You were just another piece of human trash before I found you. All your talent for fighting. I recommended you. I know that. I know I wouldn't be here now if not for you, and I'm grateful to you for that. You saved my life, yes, but I still have to take yours. Forgive me, Duke of Oxford. Stop it! You can't kill me! You can't kill Britain! Without the Fang Clan, who will be left to protect it? Stop! Stop! Farewell, Father. I will pay for this sin in paradise one day. I promise. I think Percival should be fine, right? Yeah. Woodrow's army is on the run! The battle is over! All non-combatants can come out from hiding. All medics, assemble at the main gate. Any enemy soldier who surrendered peacefully will be taken to the site of our future Western Residential District. Those who wish for a visit, please speak to the Kenwood Brigade. I repeat, Woodrow's army is on the run. Victory is ours! It wasn't easy, but we made it.
Yes. Somehow. Thank goodness everyone is okay. No, wait. Everyone's not okay. Percival still hasn't moved since he collapsed. We have to treat him right away. Garrett! Garrett! Could you bring Red Rabbit over here now? We have to hurry to Percival.
Woodrow's died in battle. Around 20% of the Fang Clan attackers have surrendered and are now pals of the Round Table Army. The rest fled toward Oxford, without Woodrow's to lead them. I doubt the Fang Clan will continue to function as an army. We made it past our second big obstacle, though not without sacrifice. I'd say that takes care of most of the obstacles here in the south. What do you think, Count? I'd say so. I think we have enough of a foundation here to make a move on Camelot if we have to. Artoria's rung 2 bells, and with her companions, she defeated Woodrow's. And most importantly, it's wonderful how she didn't mistreat the Fang Clan after winning. She didn't pursue the fairies who fled, and she's treating those who surrender with care and respect. She truly embodies the Round Table Army's vision. A world where humans and fairies can coexist in peace, free from the Queen's oppressive regime. I'd say this puts the child prophecy on, at minimum, equal moral footing with the Queen. That's right. We have no desire to kill all fairies. We had no choice but to fight Woodrow since he aligned himself with the Queen. But the Fang Clan is still essential for keeping Britain safe. I can't imagine Norwich is the last we'll see of the Great Calamity, and no matter how strong they may be, the Tamlin are still just individuals. If there's going to be a large outbreak of Moors, then we'll need the Fang clan to combat them. So, once the Round Table army regroups and officially occupies Oxford. Indeed. The question is, who will lead the Fang clan? Percival would be the best choice if he hadn't been the one to kill Woodrose. The Fang clan won't follow him now. Lord Bogard, who was banished to Sheffield, would have been a good choice too, if he were still alive. Well, don't you worry. I'll find someone who can fill the position. After all, Artoy is now the child prophecy who will defeat the Queen in both name and deed. So, we're only going to get more supporters, and not just from Norwich and Salisbury. All we have to do is find a natural leader who's familiar with the Fang clan from among them. No, the real question is, what comes next? We may no longer have to worry about being backstabbed, but we do need to decide whether to march on Camelot or go ring the other bells. You do have to weigh your options very carefully when you're only working with half an army. Round Table Army Medical 10. I can hear the rain. It's 2013. I still live in the Salisbury Cathedral rearing house. It's my birthday. A happy day. Today I was chosen from among many other candidates to wield the Spear of Selection. The day the Mirror clan, who predicted the advent of child prophecy, disappeared from Britain. And... oh. It's the day the person I love most despaired over the thing she loves most. Girlfriend? Or you're just a... what do you call that? Mentor? Sorry to keep you waiting, Lady Artoria. Don't worry, I have good news. Commander Percival has regained consciousness. He's recovered at an incredible rate. In fact, he says he's as good as new. He really has reached the limits of human ability. Anyway, when I told him you'd like to see him, he asked me to let you in right away.
Oh, thank goodness. You really had me worried for a while.
That's great. Then let's go celebrate our victory.
Yeah! He deserves all the credit in the world for securing the Round Table Army's victory.
Hey, your hair's turned to black. Thank you for coming all this way. Artoria. So Frost. The soldiers already told me what happened after I collapsed. I'm so relieved the battle ended almost right afterward, and with no more loss of life. The Round Table Army did a great job living up to our ideals. We may even still be able to make peace with the Fang clan. Is something wrong? Why do you both look so shocked? Oh gosh, you're not worried I'm a ghost or a night call or something, are you? Come on, you know we humans don't stick around like that once we die. I'm perfectly fine, as you can see. Really, when you get right down to it, my sturdiness is all I have going for me. It's not that.
You don't look perfectly fine at all. What happened to your hair?
Huh? What about my hair?
All those cheers I'm hearing throughout the city must mean the Round Table Army won. Now that all Salisbury is firmly on the child prophecy side, I can openly welcome Artoria anytime. I do feel a little bad about Woodrose though. I know I accepted Oberon's request to keep him occupied while the Round Table Army advanced on Norwich, but I can't help but wonder if maybe I went too far. Still, he was just so cute, being all shy. That I couldn't help myself.
It's not your fault, Aurora. Woodrose lost because he wasn't strong enough. That's all. Took Morgan's faith in him at face value to a fault. He was also overconfident in his power as an A-ray. He should have taken the humans more seriously.
Now, my darling. Even if it's just the two of us here, you still mustn't speak ill of the Queen. The Wind Clan's ears aren't just for show. You never know who might be listening.
You're right. I'm sure Coral would give me an earful if she heard me. Where is she now, anyway? Isn't she your right hand?
Cora went out to greet the envoy from Gloucester. It seems Miriam has a special message for me. I can't wait to hear it. Miriam's always been on top of the hottest trends, after all. She must be planning a very special event to commemorate the Child Prophecy victory.
What about you, Aurora? Are you going to accept Miriam's invitation?
Well, of course. Miriam is one of my dearest friends. I'll always be there for her. You'll come with me too, won't you? I couldn't possibly go without my knight.
Good point. I can't let you fend for yourself in Gloucester.
Oh, goody! Then we'll have to find a lovely new outfit for you. Your usual armor will possibly terrify the other fairies. What about this dress? Or maybe this one? Ah, I can't wait to see how adorable you'll be. Goodness me, you really haven't changed a bit since we first met. You're my precious treasure, the most darling princess in all of Britain. I love you so much.
Redacted. Thank you, Aurora. But you're wrong. You're the most beautiful being in the world. Remember, I am your knight. I exist only to serve you, not Morgan.
You're right. That's true, isn't it? I am so delighted to hear you say that. But you really shouldn't say such things. You're misunderstood enough as it is. Britain is about to enter an age centered on the Child Prophecy. You can't say I'm the most anything. Please, dear one, don't back the wrong horse here. Especially not when Morgan's reign is near its end.
None of that matters to me. You are my only star, Aurora. I don't know anything about fairy trends or authority, and I don't need to. As long as you're alright, that's all I...
Oh, you really are still a child, aren't you? But then again, that might make you the purest judge of the Child Prophecy character. Please,
Redacted.
I'd love to know your thoughts. You think the Child Prophecy would truly shine brighter than anyone else in Britain, like the prophecy says?
Lady Knock Riaba, you received an invitation to a ball from Miriam of Gloucester. What would you like to do?
Huh? She wants to throw a ball now? Of all times? Ah, I see. She just wants to toy with the Child Prophecy. She's still just as nasty as ever, I see. Tell her the King Clan would not be attending. Besides, do you really think I'd be caught dead in a city full of humans?
Understood, my lady.
My lady, we have a report from the soldiers who have been monitoring the south. The Round Table Army and the Child Prophecy have defeated Woodrose and his army. The Round Table Army lost a bit of their forces, but they've also been getting more than enough new recruits to make up for that. We expect them to finish training the new troops and go on advance in about a week.
I see. The Woodrose is all bark and no bite after all. Alright, if nothing else, this means one of Camelot's wall has fallen. Tell the other officer will be crossing the southern border as soon as the giant crops finishes training. Woohoo!
But pardon me, my lady.
But I just can't contain my excitement. At long last, we're about to march on Camelot.
We're just getting things ready. This plan has been in the works for 1,000 years, since the last of the King Clan put it in place. Make sure neither you nor the other officer get ahead of yourselves. So of course, if you're eager for a punishment that's simply out of this world, I won't stop you. Just make sure you're ready to be turned into chocolate and skewered on my stiletto heals for at least 1,000 years first.
Understood, my lady. Not a single one of the northern fairies will make a move until you say so.
So, those kids really beat Woodrose, huh? Morgoth's most powerful god, the A-race who defeated King of Moors and who is way more trouble than the Tamlin. Heh, nice job. I'm actually impressed. That's the kind of competition I'm looking for, Artoria. If you're going to compete with me for the throne, you have to be able to make a good fight of it. I'm back, Lady Miriam. Did anything happen while I was gone?
Oh yes, preparations for the ball are coming along nicely. In fact, I just sent out the invitations. What about you? Were you able to handle the job even on such short notice?
But of course, I haven't let my true colors show like that since Olympus. Between the bone crunching, the screams of terror, and the abject despair, I enjoyed myself immensely. Of course, it also seems Lord Woodrose is no longer with us as a result, but that's hardly my concern. I'm sure the child prophecy and the Chaldeans came through just like they always do. Much as I loathe this expression, it certainly does seem that a cornered rat will bite the cat. Anyway, are you quite sure you're okay with this? That's another clan leader gone for good.
True.
It's too bad about Woodrose. I never thought he died in battle against humans, of all things.
But the Bang Clan is still alive and well. If the stragglers are hiding in Oxford, they won't be so quick to join the Round Table army. They need time to regroup, so I'm going to give it to them. Britain's Guardians, the Bang Clan, the one deterrent that will free us from relying on the Queen, is mine. I'm not going to let the child prophecy have them, much less an outsider from who knows where.
Then would you mind if I took a leave of absence for the time being? I've been very curious to follow up on the lead Lord Oberon gave me about the dragon remains you see.
I do mind, but I also understand. I would have liked to talk with you more, but that's really not why you came to Britain, is it? So as your friend, I won't try to stop you. Good luck on your search. Still, do try to come back as soon as you can, okay? I can't wait to hear all the horribly good news.
But of course, I always make it a point never to waste my time.
No way. You can't kill me. You can't kill me. Who the hell do you think I am? I'm the son of Grand Duke Waitseat Rhyneck. I'm the warrior who defeated King of Moors in the war. I'm the pride of the clan that has protected Britain alongside High Queen Morgan longer than anyone. There's no way I could be defeated in a trifling battle like that. My wound. My wound refuses to close. That insolent Percival. No, it wasn't just him. That fairy girl is responsible for this. How did her lance manage to pierce me? The only possible explanation is... No, it's not just that. Red Drop Bit. Aurora's escort. If he's allied with the Round Table army, then...
You deserve better, Woodrose. As the High Queen's personal guard, you've seen it for yourself, right? High Queen Morgan has changed over the last 2 millennia. First, she brought in the Tamlin. Then she adopted a fairy girl from who knows what clan. And now, she's chosen an outsider, and a human at that, as her husband. Personally, I've always thought you would be a perfect partner for her. Now I feel like such a fool for stepping back to let your relationship with her flourish.
Aurora, did you really mean that? I always thought you despised me.
Oh, silly. Why would I ever despise you? You're a hero. You've saved Britain from disaster countless times. Of everyone in the 6 clans, You're the closest to the primordial fairies. There's not a fairy out there who doesn't admire you. But you swore loyalty to the High Queen. It wouldn't be right for a fairy like myself to come between you and Her Majesty. Still, I never stopped thinking of you as the one who has truly kept Britain safe all these years. I don't know what Einstein was thinking with that prophecy. It can't possibly be true. The true king of Britain is neither High Queen nor Morgan.
Must say, thanks for following.
The true king of Britain is neither High Queen, Morgan, nor the child prophecy. It's you, Woodrose. You're the one who truly deserves to be our king.
No. No, that can't be. Aurora of all fairies would never betray me. Retrobit must have gone over to the enemy side on his own. Yes. Yes. He's always was an odd one. That's it. I can go to Salisbury. I'm sure Aurora will put me up there. Now that I've been defeated, I'm sure Oxford would soon be occupied. But once I've recovered from my wounds, I'll go right back there and give the Round Table Army the thrashing they deserve. I am Woodrose, the head of the Fang clan, and the strongest warrior in all of Britain. We don't need the Tamlin. If I kill them all myself, High Queen Morgan will see that I'm the one to... Oh, please. That's never gonna happen, Woodrose. What kind of chick do you think's gonna take you in after you had your ass handed to you this misery? Farragut! What are you doing here? Have you come to laugh at me? What, you think I have time for that? Ha! I swear, you've got muscle for days, but nothing between your ears. That right there's why Morgan lost all faith in you. When you're gonna get it through your thick skull that you're yesterday's news? What? What are you saying, you bastard? No, never mind. Shut up. Just shut up. You're wrong. Her Majesty would never... you still don't get it. Here, let me spell it out. Let me spell out for you why Percival was able to sneak up on your forces. The High Queen never sent any reinforcements. An overgrown mutt. An overgrown mutt who can't do what he's told and go sniffing around other women is an obstacle, not an asset. You were cut loose, just like the Round Table Army. Stop it! Stop it! Her Majesty would... She would never... Now, Tristan, do it.
You got it!
Alright! Way to go, Lady Spinel. That was perfect. I knew you had the makings of a witch in you. You pulled off my granny's old curse like it was nothing.
Really? I'm glad to hear that. But also kind of... not? Whatever I just did, it felt super gross. I don't think I want to do that again.
Don't worry, you can. It was a secret art, and you can only cast it once in a lifetime. Because casting it literally rots your soul. If you want to try it out, best to let someone else do it. Now here, let me have that, princess. It's still beating pretty strong, right? That's not the kind of thing you should be carrying around with your beautiful fingers.
Okay, I really like the way this thing feels. But if you insist... What is it anyway? Woodrose liver or something?
Oh, something like that. Remember what I told you about how proper human history witches can turn into animals? There's a lot of pieces that go into that spell, and it's not the kind of thing you can cast in a day. But where there's a will, there's a faster way. Like so. It's not easy collecting and eating the parts of the creatures you want to become, but it's definitely the quickest way. Oh my god. Is he really gonna be, like, taking that werewolf's power? Guess so. Alright, let's finish this one for the match point of view, then I'm gonna call off. Boo-boo. Aeas the Savior, Hector the hard-headed Black Knight, Tudurat the Tamlin, and Mash the mysterious Shield Knight who claimed to have come from 2,400 years in the future. Together, these 4 companions traveled the land of Britain, now free of clan warfare, as they made their way towards the pit. The year was Fey Era 400, about 6 months before the coronation was to be held at Londinium. So, you haven't actually been reborn several times then, Ask? You've just been alive for a really long time?
That's right. Whenever I banish a calamity, I'd always hide out in a cave and rest in the coffin for a while. Let's see. I think I usually sleep for about 20 years or so. Anyway, these people like that. It's no wonder everyone thought I died in a fight.
So, why would you hide away from everyone like that? Wouldn't they want to shower you with gratitude for saving them from a calamity?
No, they wouldn't. I'm a caster, the one who channels the voice of paradise. Most fairies in Britain hate everything about me. If I stuck around after banishing calamity, I would inevitably end up being the cause of conflict myself. So I decided to hibernate while I let the clan leaders handle the post-calamity politics.
Hibernate? As in, literally sleeping all winter while there isn't enough food to go around?
That's right. Plus, it was a great way to recover the magical energy I spent banishing the calamities. But I won't have to do that this time. Things are going to change in Britain now that Uther's going to be king. This Lostbelt, this will no longer be a world where people kill each other for no reason. The fact that you said in the future is the era of the High Queen is proof that the world must have changed.
Well, I guess that's true. The very Britain I knew was ruled by a single monarch. Still, are things really that terrible in Britain right now, Ask? I know you said the clans were always fighting, but I just can't imagine that all fairies would be so aggressive.
There's only so much land in Britain. These days, there's enough for each clan to have their own territory, but that wasn't always the case. The land of Britain is very literally made from and built upon the bodies of dead fairies. It only took the form it has now at the cost of 1,000 fairies being killed every day in constant warfare. So the very conflict the clans fought over the limited land in this world created more land to live upon. For that reason, hating and killing other clans became not just accepted, but encouraged. Had it not been, Britain would still be as small today as it once was. So I've always tried to just prevent the calamities from wiping everyone out while doing my best to stay away from the clan wars.
I see. Tudurat also told me how the Isle of Britain is made from the bodies of dead fairies. I suppose I can see how that might make waging war to expand livable territory here necessary. But why is it that Britain was small in the first place? In the world I originally come from, Isle of Britain was so much bigger than this. I can only imagine something strange must have happened long ago that made it necessary to rebuild the land with fairy corpses.
Yes, I've wondered the same thing myself. Why did Britain end up like this? But I was only born 3,600 years ago, which I guess would be Fey Era 4,000 from your perspective. And nobody ever taught me anything about what happened in Fey Era 12,000, when Britain first came into existence.
Fey Era 12,000? That's about the same time Olympus diverged from proper human history. Then, does that mean there's no British history that goes back further? Are there really only 12,000 years of Fey Era, and that's it?
Yes, that I'm sure about. The records at Orkney said as much. In the beginning, there was only the ocean, 6 fairies, a shrine maiden, and a beast.
No. How many times do I have to tell you? If you want to dye it yellow, you use onion skins. If you want to prevent the colors from fading, you use salt. Boil some water, dissolve the salt, then soak the clothes. We went over this yesterday. If you're not going to do it properly, then don't bother doing it at all. Just stick to tying enemies up.
How did it go again?
How?
Do you use yarn again? And how do you get cotton to look nice again? I don't know. I just don't know. Why am I like this? Why can't I do these simple things? Deuterod, are you still up? What? Yeah, I'm up. I'm on guard duty tonight. I wasn't just practicing stuff for anything. Now, what are you still doing up? Go back to sleep. We're going to the pit tomorrow, remember? Practice? So you're not just picking up all these tools scattered on the ground? Oh gosh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I have it all wrong, don't I? Let's see. I'm guessing you're in the middle of sewing something, right? That's right. I'm making AS coronation gown. She told the humans at the castle that she didn't need one for herself, so I thought I'd make her one. Sewing's the only thing I've ever been any good at. But I just can't do it. I've been trying for months and I'm no closer than when I started. 2 or 3 days after I hear something, I just forget it entirely. I can't do anything except stuff I was born knowing how to do. The Black Knight says all I have to worry about is fighting. But ever since I saw those beautiful gowns at the palace, there's been this kind of ache in my chest. I keep feeling sad and just wanting to cry for no reason. It feels like I'm missing something important. Something I need to feel whole. So I thought maybe if I could make clothes like human tailors can, I could figure out what it is. But I'm just too stupid. No matter how many times someone teaches me something, I can never learn anything new. I don't know why I'm like this. But I still want to try making clothes. Honestly, I'd much rather do that than fight. Deuterod. Well, how about you try keeping a diary? Everybody forgets things sometimes, but writing can help with that. It can be just like taking notes. All you have to do is write what you want to remember. I know, because I keep a diary too. If you like, I'd be glad to share my tips and tricks every day. But I don't know how to write, and even if I try to learn, I just forget that too. That's okay. I don't know how to read or write in fairy either, but we can study together. Don't worry, Tutara. Even if your mind forgets how to write, your body can be trained to remember for you. The very fact that we're conversing right now shows that you're able to hold a thought in your head and put it into words. So if you can do that, you can absolutely put your thoughts into written words too. I promise you, that's something you were born knowing how to do, just like your other skills. So this is the pit. It makes sense that Camelot wouldn't be built here yet. Are you really going down there, ask? I'm against this. It's creepy.
It's quite safe to the right. There are no moors near the pit, and all the other fairies always keep the distance. You won't have to worry about being attacked by anyone from the anti-Londinium faction here. All you have to do is keep hold of your thread while I reinforce it with magecraft. And all Mash has to do is hold on tight so she doesn't fall to the bottom.
Me? You want Mash to go down there? Then I'm going to. It's not fair to make her go by herself.
I'm afraid you have to be up here, Tutorad. There's no one else who can raise or lower the thread after all.
Oh, right. But then, what do we do? It's okay, Tutorad. This did come as a surprise, but I'll be fine. I've investigated old ruins like this a number of times before. And I know your thread is just as strong as a solid wire rope. But you don't have to worry about me. I promise I'll come back safe. Just watch over me from here. Okay, got it. You're really brave, aren't you, Mash?
Okay, Mash. Come this way, please. We'll tie one thread around your waist as a lifeline, and make a foothold with the other thread so you can stand. There. That should do it. We should be able to talk to each other through the thread too. So if he says any danger, all you have to do is yell. Should the foothold thread come loose, we, by which I mean Hector, will pull you back up with the lifeline as fast as we can. My enhancement will let Tudora extend her thread up to 8 kilometers, but you don't have to go all the way down to the bottom. All you have to do is reach a point where you can tell how deep the pit is, and what lies at its bottom. Remember, You're only there to look around, okay?
Obviously, the only one of us thinking of doing more than just looking is you. One of these days, you really need to learn to stop attacking dangerous things the moment you see them. You're lucky you have me and Rynek. Nobody else could handle your so-called strangers.
He's right. I didn't figure this out until Mash showed up. But it's true. You take way too many risks, Ask. Not to mention you're totally merciless towards our enemies.
Oh, don't be silly. I'm just keeping things fresh. Though, I will admit that I've been learning on you all more than I should. After all, you always help me make it through even the toughest battles with a smile. I felt like giving up so many times. If not for all of you, I never would have made it this far.
Okay, I'll be back soon. I'm counting on you to help me navigate, Ask. I've been going down for 60 minutes so far. I'm 70 kilometers down now. Still, no changes in scale and no signs of life. So, this ash is billowing up from the bottom of the pit. This must be where the ash I sometimes see in Fairy Britain's atmosphere comes from. And if there's ash, there must be something burning. I wonder what could be down here.
I wasn't expecting it to be this deep. Can you still not see the bottom, Mash? It must be pitch black down there now, no? Are you okay? Are you cold?
I can't see any light from the surface anymore, but it's actually fairly warm. That said, feels like the air is getting heavier the further down I go. I'm only able to breathe thanks to Galahad's protections. 7,400 meters. 75. Still no change in the pit. Can you extend the threat any further, Ask? I won't be able to see what's going on unless I... Wait. I can see something down below. There's a red light. It almost looks like What's that sound? What's going on, Ask?
Mash, get out of the foothold! The threat's being corrupted! A fatal surge of magical element is coming up from below! No way! There's enough cursed energy here in this Lostbelt to cover all of Britain! No! The entire planet! That place down there isn't of this world! Don't look it into the eye! Don't look it in the eye, or you... Mash? Mash? Oh no! She's lost consciousness! Get her out of there, Hector! I can't believe it! That thing at the bottom! It's... the Nanos! But why? What's an ancient Celtic god's corpse doing at the bottom of the pit?
What? Mash! You awake? Oh, finally! Damn it, Mash! You scared me to death! Turtlerock, please calm down. Let me see. Last thing I remember was going down a pit and...
I'm so sorry, Mash. I was obviously being reckless, and you nearly paid the price for that. You're in Salisbury's great cathedral now. Brought you here after you lost consciousness. Your whole body was covered with a horrific curse when we pulled you out of the pit. My magecraft alone wasn't strong enough to remove it, but with this land's cleansing power, and the power of the wind cloud, I was finally able to dispel it.
Now I remember. I fainted when I saw that fire. Thank you so much for saving me, Ask. I'm the one who should be apologizing. I caused this. As for the fire at the bottom of the pit...
That can wait until later. That's something we'll probably need to spend 10, 20, no, more like 200 years resolving. I'm just glad we know what's down there now. Thank you for helping us, Nash. Once Britain has been officially unified, I'll talk to Uther about possible solutions for what's in the pit.
Is that all you have to say, Ask? Mash almost died, you know.
I know, but there's nothing else I can possibly do to make this up to Mash right now. I haven't ever studied any magecraft that could send her back to the future.
Oh no, please, don't worry about me. I was interested in what was at the bottom of the pit too. Very Britain, people just treat the pit as something that's always been there. But when you think about it for even 2 seconds, it's obviously strange that there's a giant hole in the middle of the island. I honestly thought it was weird that nobody investigated in all this time. So the pit's still around in the future? Nobody ever filled it in.
Well, given how deep it is, I'm not surprised. For all we know, it may even be bottomless. And since, unlike the Spear of Selection, it doesn't seem like something that can be sealed away, I don't think we have much choice but to keep an eye on it for a while.
Huh? Spear of Selection? You mean the Staff of Selection? Now that you mention it, I'm surprised you don't have the Staff of Selection despite being this land's savior. Ask. Did you lose it somewhere?
I haven't heard of the Staff of Selection, but no, I don't have the Spear of Selection any longer. The Implement of Selection came to Britain along with me when I first washed up here from my homeland. But I'm afraid my feelings corrupted them, making them unsuitable. So I have them sealed away inside the cathedral.
Man, what a waste. The Guardian and Spear used to be AS trump cards. The Guardian was a bounded field that could trap nightmares, and the Spear was a weapon that could admonish any fairy it touched. But then, during the last calamity, the fairies behaved so badly that AS got super mad at them. And that caused the nature of the Spear to turn away from what it should be. If you don't mind my asking, could you tell me what it makes these weapons so, unsuitable?
How can I put this? Spear itself is still as strong as ever, but when it turned, its restraints were removed, and its capability to recharge kind of went haywire. Basically, the Spear of Selection no longer uses its wielder's magical energy to power its attack. Now it does so by feeding on the life force. Well, youth, really, of its wielder.
Oh my god. This story takes way longer than just the fight part for the battle. Anyway, I'm done with this. I'm gonna take a break for that. I'll see you guys in the next part of that live stream for FGO Avalon Let's Play. So, peace out and have a good night.